Welcome to Attention Central Texas. I'm Pat Galanfi, and today we have a very special guest, Dr. Rachel Steyer. She's with Feed My Sheep Children's Free Clinic in Bell County, and so we want to welcome her today. Welcome, Rachel. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
And so tell us just a little bit about the Feed My Sheep Children's Free Clinic.
Of course. So the Feed My Sheep Children's Free Clinic is a completely free clinic for children in our area, and it's run by volunteers. So our goal is to go out in the community once a month and really meet children where they are, with our goal of really taking care of the uninsured and the homeless children in our area. We've been to Temple, Killeen, Belton, Troy, Little River. We really try to go to all of these areas and meet children where they are so we can take care of them.
And how does the word get out as far as how do we find out where these clinics are being held and what day, time, that type of thing?
Of course. So we are doing our best to get the word out. One of the most reliable ways is our website that you can see us, and then our Facebook page, the Feed My Sheep Children's Free Clinic Facebook.
All right, so we've got, you said that this was just Bell County, is that right?
Typically, that's where our area focus is. We're really trying to take care of local children right now.
All right. And what do you do once you set up? Now, you said this is a free clinic. Do you set up in a building? Do you have a van? How does that work?
So we currently are operating out of a trailer that was generously donated to us, which we're very thankful for. We've been able to renovate it with several local donations. So we bring our children to different areas. Often it's to schools or churches. And then we'll set up in a common area, set up tables, and then all of our resources that we can provide.
Okay, what kind of resources are we talking about when a child walks in?
So we're very proud of all of the different resources we're able to give. We have social work, which we think is one of the most important resources that we can provide. So any child that's going through, at the very end, they'll stop at our social work desk so they can hook them up with even more resources in the community. We also have, we have basic medical care, so there'll be several medical students, residents, and physicians all here to take care of minor urgent care type issues or do well child checks. We have a dentist that comes regularly. We have a counselor that comes regularly. Wonderful. Lions Club volunteers their time and does vision checks. And then we have a small pharmacy as well.
Wow.
So all of our medications we get through different organizations, primarily ones like Direct Relief. So we're getting discounted or free medications, and then we're giving those back to the community.
That's wonderful, wonderful. So how do you get, where are the volunteers coming from?
So volunteers are coming from different places in the area, primarily Baylor Scott & White. A lot of our residents are from there. The Texas A&M Medical School, and then the UMHB Nursing School, I would say, are our primary sources of volunteers.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But anyone in the community who wants to get involved, we are more than happy to involve them.
Is there like a training process, or how would they contact someone at that website if they wanted to start volunteering?
Exactly. Reaching out to the contacts at the website, and then we would go through their process of formal background checks.
Awesome.
Because of course we want to make sure the children are safe.
Sure, absolutely. This is beautiful. Now I know you have one coming up, I think, in February. Can you tell us about that one?
That's correct. So our next clinic is going to be here in Killeen. It's going to be on February 15th, and it's going to be at the Jesus Hope and Love Mission. Our clinic starts at 9:30, and then we'll see kids all the way until noon.
Okay,
so
9:30 to noon.
9:30 to noon. It's just walk in, show up, and then we'll take care of you.
Jesus Hope and Love Mission. I think I remember that that's at the corner of Sprott and 4th.
Yes, I think it's 818 North 4th Street.
818 North 4th. It's actually behind the old HEB store that just closed recently. So a lot of people in Killeen will know what that is. So it'll be February 15th. That's
Correct.
a Saturday.
Correct.
9 to noon.
9:30 to noon. But if you show up at 9, it'll be fine.
And so behind the old HEB building, so everybody knows where that is. That's awesome. And
so tell your friends, tell your neighbors.
Yes.
That's our goal right now, and the thing we're really working on is just getting the word out.
Yeah. So that's a good question. So when you say getting the word out, you saw the web page, but if people want the information, I'm finding out that Facebook is becoming a really wonderful source. Does Feed My Sheep by any chance have a Facebook page?
We do. We have a Facebook page, and if you just search Feed My Sheep Children's Clinic, you'll come right to our page.
Oh, that's awesome.
We keep it updated with our most recent clinics, and then it's a good way to reach out and contact us as well.
Now, this clinic is part of a bigger ministry, the Feed My Sheep ministry.
That's correct.
What do they do other than this clinic? Do you know?
I do. So the Feed My Sheep organization in Temple is a wonderful organization that's primarily a homeless ministry. So their main goal is providing food. I believe they provide 2 meals a day, which is pretty impressive in the community. It was started by the late Jim Hornsby, who's no longer with us, but he's done wonderful work in the Temple area. They have lots of resources. They have counseling, social work. I believe there's even a laundromat and a barber shop, just really meeting the needs and supporting our homeless community in Temple. So we're very honored to be a part of their ministry.
Oh yeah, I've heard some wonderful things about them. So they do a wonderful work. So personally, how did you get involved in Feed My Sheep, Rachel? I mean, did someone talk to you about it, or did you just happen to see it, or how did that work? I'm always interested to see how someone's passion can actually be made manifest.
Right. So I've been fortunate enough. So in my residency program, at the time was our program director, actually was the medical director of the Feed My Sheep Children's Free Clinic. So he started the children's clinic with Jim Hornsby, and then we've had the benefit of working with him through our residency program. And for me personally, this is one of the reasons that I wanted to be a doctor in the first place, was to help children, and especially children who maybe had been overlooked before. So for me, being involved with this on a regular basis is just a reminder of why I went into medicine in the first place.
Right. And you said that these clinics were completely free.
Completely
free.
So
a mom can bring her child in, don't have to bring any money.
You don't even have to bring an identification.
Wow.
Really, we don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable or feel like they can't be here. We're here for everyone, no matter who you are.
All right.
So all the children.
When they come in, they probably just fill out some forms or something like that.
Exactly.
Just to get the age of the child and all that stuff. But they don't actually have to bring any ID to prove it. Wow, that is awesome. Because that really does open your arms to just about everybody. And that's exciting. So,
yeah, I think so too.
That's awesome. That is beautiful. So how often do you have these? I know you're having the one in February. How often do you plan on having these?
So we typically have about 10 a year, which comes out to nearly one every month. A lot of that is just because we're entirely volunteer-based and everyone else has full-time jobs too. So we found this is a good balance where we can really have a good showing, really bring a lot of enthusiasm to our clinic.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I know Jesus, Hope, and Love has hosted this before.
Yes, they have.
And they do it like maybe once a year, I think.
At least, yeah. Sometimes we'll do 2 at this this particular site just because it's one of our best clinics. I feel like we have such a good turnout. We get so much support from Jesus, Hope, and Love, which is great. So anytime we're at a site, it makes such a big difference if the school administrators or the pastors are really reaching out to their communities and congregations and letting them know, inviting them personally.
Yeah.
We found that makes a really big difference.
So if a pastor has a nice recreational building somewhere and they would like to sponsor the Feed My Sheep clinic, so that would be available if they want to sponsor one?
Yeah, we're always looking for new community partners, so that would be great.
Okay, pastors, did y'all get
No.
that? Because I know there's a lot of good pastors out there with a real heart and love for the people, and I know that, for example, the churches in Nolanville are even now communicating with Scott and White to open up a free clinic in Nolanville. So that's really becoming something that's becoming more and more important because everybody understands the cost of medical care.
Exactly.
And this is just a huge help for especially young families.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's a mission that as a doctor or as a medical person, nothing's better than this.
Yeah. And you've got your arms tied pretty much when it comes to treating, as far as in a clinic. When you've got a free clinic, you're pretty much free to treat everyone as opposed to whether or not they can do the copay.
Exactly.
And sometimes that copay is interesting. So
yes, medical care is not cheap.
No,
it's not cheap at all. And then you have the financial stressors adding to, so if there's anything we can do to help, then we're happy to do it.
That is beautiful. So. That is beautiful. Well, we are really excited to have you in the Bell County area.
Well, thank you. We're so happy to be here. We're so happy to partner with the other organizations that we have met with too. I also wanted to mention we also typically give out books and some toys, and we have one of our donors that gives us these duffel bags where we can give out hygiene products and blankets. So really, we want to meet any needs that we can. We're just here for the community.
And if there's people out there that want to donate things like that, they can go to that website?
Yes,
And
the donations will be through the Feed My Sheep organization.
wonderful,
And they can-
wonderful. So if Killeen people want to donate to that, will that be going to the Killeen, or will that just be like Feed My Sheep in general? So some to Temple, some to Killeen, some to Florence, or wherever. So they kind of just divide it all up between the Bell County area, right?
They typically are. We're relatively small, so if
Yeah.
you're giving to Killeen, these are resources that are going to go all over the community.
Oh, that's good.
So,
That's good.
But I'm sure if we're small enough and nimble enough, I'm sure if you made a special note, that we can accommodate that and honor that.
Yeah, somehow, as long as I've lived in Killeen, there aren't too many Killeen people that are going to go, no, just Killeen. We're a very giving community. One of the things I've learned over the past 40 years of being here.
I agree with that.
So that is awesome. Now Fort Hood is right next door. So does this also include families like soldiers that have small families that can come in and do that?
So typically, we found that soldiers have pretty good medical insurance. Again, our primary focus is uninsured, homeless, and underinsured as well, but we don't turn away any children.
Sure.
So.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. So February 15th.
Yes, February 15th, 9:30 to noon.
9:30 to noon behind the old HEB
the old
building.
HEB.
That's the best place to find it. And then just continue to check on the website for those in other cities. And so I hope you'll be back every time you have one so that we can get this on the air.
Okay, well, that'd be
Because we
great.
really want to encourage these free clinics. It's going to be an awesome, awesome opportunity for so many families right now that need the help. And I mean, you see that, and we've been talking to some people from Killeen Independent School District, and
Right.
there are just a lot of even homeless children.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Children that are having to live with aunts and other relatives because their family doesn't have a home. So I just encourage all of you out there, be a part, get on the website, and help if you can. And in the meantime, everybody, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you, Rachel, for being here. God bless you, and hope to see you again soon.